trade war is on north and south of the border. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. U.S. tariffs went into effect after midnight on imports from Canada and Mexico, with President Trump punishing them for allowing what he says are vast amounts of the deadly drug fentanyl to cross the borders. He blames China for supplying it, and so there's more tariffs on that country, too.
China also had an additional 10, so it's 10 plus 10. And it comes in from Canada, and it comes in from Mexico.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reports.
Imports from Canada and Mexico are now being taxed at 25%. There's a 10% tariff on Canadian energy. Tariffs on Chinese goods have gone up from 10 to 20%. And in response, China is slapping tariffs of up to 15% on a wide range of farm exports from the United States. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is also imposing 25% tariffs against more than $150 billion of American products.
Mexico's president may also retaliate today. The U.S. has hit the pause button on military aid for Ukraine to battle Russia's invasion. Fox's Bill Malugin reports.
Senior Trump administration official tells Fox this is not a permanent termination of aid. It's just a pause for now. That official says the move is in response to Ukrainian President Zelensky's conduct and behavior in recent days, that including, obviously, the heated back and forth with President Trump and VP Vance in the Oval Office on Friday.
Now, Vice President Vance tells Fox's Hannity.
The president has set a very clear goal for his administration. He wants the killing to stop.
The White House confrontation last week also stopped the U.S. and Ukraine from signing a minerals deal as part of talks to end the war with Russia. Now, President Trump may talk about all that tonight when he addresses the nation before a joint session of Congress, discussing his agenda in a State of the Union-like speech. The president is a new cabinet member.
The yeas are 51, the nays are 45. The nomination is confirmed.
The Senate approving Linda McMahon as education secretary, leading a department the president wants to eliminate, letting the states deal with schools. Democrats oppose that. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He'll be in front of the president tonight. It's 47 degrees on Monument Circle with a clear radar. Your high today, 60. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. If you watch Tuesday's address to a joint session of Congress, you might spot a Hoosier sheriff on the floor. Chris Davis explains.
You might not readily know the name Randy Redder, but some illegal immigrants have been locked up because of him, says Congressman Jefferson Shreve, who announced Monday that Redder, the sheriff of Wayne County, will be his guest. Shreve considers Redder an outstanding law enforcement officer, partly because of his cooperation with ICE. Redder has a 35-year resume as a SWAT team leader, past president of the Indiana Sheriff's Association, and current board member of the National Sheriff's Association. Redder says he's honored to be there. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett needs a new pick to lead Indianapolis Animal Care Services after his nominee hit a wall. The City-County Council voted 21-4 to shelve Kelly Diamond's appointment indefinitely.
We heard you. We heard the volunteers from Animal Care and Control very loudly. We listened. That's why we had this special committee hearing, just to hear from them, because we wanted to, and I believe this is a response that they were looking for.
And that is City-County Council Vice President Allie Brown speaking with Wish TV. The mayor has not shared a timeline or who will replace his nominee. A new executive order signed Monday morning by Indiana Governor Mike Braun has to do with parental leave. John Herrick breaks it down.
The order provides 6 weeks of paid childbirth recovery leave for women who give birth and up to 8 weeks for those who deliver via C-section. It also includes paid leave for those who lose a baby in utero at 20 weeks or beyond. Braun says the goal of this executive order is to support strong families and improve the health and development of newborns by providing more time for parents to care for them. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Pacers are back at home tonight to play the Houston Rockets, and then after tonight's game, they leave for 3 games. 2 in Atlanta and 1 in Chicago. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
When you're running a small business, every dollar counts. And there's lots of ways you could try saving money, like, say, subletting half your office to an exotic pet shop, or downsizing your fleet of catering trucks to a fleet of catering scooters. Or you could try a smarter way to save. Switch to Comcast Business Mobile. It could save you up to 70% on business wireless compared to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. And save you the hassle of having a parrot as your desk mate. So don't compromise your business to save money. Keep it growing with Comcast Business Mobile, an incredible value and smarter way to save. Comcast Business Mobile, powering smarter savings, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Compares weighted average of providers based on optimized pricing. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after data usage included with plan. Savings may vary.
Yeah, interstates look good. Glorious, in fact, if we check out westbound 70. That's fine. 4 minutes from 465 on the east side to the north split in. The flyover ramp is good as you make your way through that Indiana second most traveled interchange is the north split ad. Everything looks good right now. Traffic sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Want expert tax prep? Jackson Hewitt will give you $100 to switch. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony, good morning. A little more mild start here this morning. It does lead to a warmer day. It does come with a lot of clouds. It's going to get a little windy throughout the day. Can't rule out a few stray showers throughout the day, but I do think there will be a lot of dry time. Today's high 61, more widespread rain coming in after dinner time, probably through between the hours of, say, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and 1 a.m. A few rumbles of thunder possible, nothing severe. Temperatures will hold steady into the mid-50s overnight. Tomorrow, scattered showers on and off throughout the day, falling temperatures, highs in the mid-50s in the morning, sliding into the low 40s by the afternoon. Cold enough, we might actually get a little bit of light snow Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny and cooler, a high of 42. Friday, scattered showers, highs in the mid-40s.
That is Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Marcus, as always, we appreciate you. Right now, we've got 43 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time, what is the time? It's 6:07. Oh, yes, we did this story. Just about, I guess it's been 8 months now. 7 months. Back in August, we talked about Indianapolis Animal Care Services. We talked about how 2 staffers were fired. Someone was trying to adopt an animal. They do the background check. This is what they do. It's the standard procedure. Indianapolis Animal Care Services said, you can't use that system. Yes, we know it's the system, but it's discriminatory. And so these women got fired for utilizing the system and doing the job as it was intended to be done. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. Now we're learning that Indianapolis Animal Care Services will still be without a director. The city county council voting 21-4 to table a proposal to appoint Kelly Diamond, the current interim director, as the permanent director. Because it's Kelly Diamond who said, as far as my case, the system that they use, quote, it's not coming back, and just by the mere fact that people of color are more likely to have records on there, that by itself is discrimination. Guys, we had this back in August, and I'm kind of overjoyed that the people of Indianapolis, on the subject of pets, it's always the pets. It's always the pets. They showed up, they showed out, and they said, we don't want this woman. Nobody wants this woman. And so, as a way to eliminate the bill, said the City County Council Vice President Allie Brown, as a way to eliminate the bill, we tabled it indefinitely, so that way we would not be hearing it at all. And they'll bring it back when there is a new person nominated. That's Allie Brown. When she's not voting for favoring keffiyeh wearing, she's standing up for pets. I'm very pleased. Only in that I like seeing people saying, nah, this isn't going to work for us. Good. You see that, Indianapolis? You can do this on like so many subjects. And you should. Starting with crime. Oh, and starting with a mayor who's accountable to the people. Where was he for 2 nights of rioting? And then why did he hire back a guy who's been accused, seemingly credibly, of sexual impropriety repeatedly? You can do this, Indy. Oh, and then you don't have to vote for Andre Carson. There is so much you can do. And all I'm saying is, this is a great start. Keep going. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. 93 WIBC, good morning.
This is Alex Brown. Avian flu continues to spread in Indiana. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Brought to you by the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick. Available now wherever podcasts can be found and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Moss Roofing ready to help this spring, right? The spring showers and the flowers. And your problem is it can bring leaks. You can find out that you've got serious problems with your roofing or with your siding. And the longer you wait, the worse it's going to get because the water can seep into your attics, into your walls, into your insulation, mold, rot, expensive structural damage. Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com. They offer free inspection. So if it's a small leak or bigger roofing concern, their expert team will assess the damage and provide reliable, cost-effective solutions. Family-owned business right here in Central Indiana with over 35 years of experience. They know how to protect your home from the unpredictable spring weather. Do not wait for a little drip, a little minor drip to turn into a major repair. For top-notch roofing services, trust Moss Roofing to keep you dry this spring. Visit Moss Roofing. Call 317-747-3665. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. Moss Roofing, 747-3665 or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
The floodgates are about to open in Indiana as spring approaches. Don't press your luck thinking your sump pump is working properly before it's too late. A sump pump is vital to protecting your home from heavy rains and rising waters that can sneak inside and wreak havoc in your home. Luckily for you, during the month of March, my friends at Hope Plumbing are offering a $300 off the purchase of a new sump pump with a battery backup. Call Hope Plumbing today and keep your head above water.
If you used to hear a whole lot of this, but now you can barely hear this, you need to check out RelayIndiana.com and CapTel, the caption telephone. CapTel allows you to get your groove back when using the telephone. It uses voice recognition technology so you can read on a bright screen what the other caller is saying. Go to RelayIndiana.com and add clarity back into your conversations with CapTel, the caption telephone from Relay Indiana. Visit RelayIndiana.com now.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what up?
Yeah, Tony. Looking at northbound 465 on the east side. It looks good right now if you travel from I-70 up to I-69. I see no troubles there. If you're running out to the airport this morning on westbound 70 going from the south split down to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway, no problems at all. 6 minutes from the south split out to 465 on the west side, and then a quick trip to that's the airport, completely unimpeded. Traffic sponsored by Discover. You could skip this ad or double your first year cash back with Discover. Still here? Discover matches all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. See terms at discover.com/credit card. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
43 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to BathsRUs.com. 765-545-BATH.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
Spruce! It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
President Zelensky supposedly made a statement today in AP. I'm not a big fan of AP, so maybe it was an incorrect statement, but he said he thinks the war's going to go on for a long time, and he better not be right about that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he's not so worried, Mr. President, about where you're at with it right now. You cut funding. You paused funding. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. President Trump pausing aid to Ukraine. This after the blow-up in the Oval. And I have read my colleagues and others discussing how Trump should have done this and Trump should have done that. I don't argue there are things Trump could have done. I argue the idea that should is a very awkward statement. And to say, sure, Ukraine's to blame, but is this idea that somehow Ukraine does not know how to help itself. Specifically, Zelensky doesn't know how to help himself. Hey, he should have worn the tie. And that's the least of my worries. People are like, he was so disrespectful, he didn't even wear a tie. The guy never wears a tie. I don't think that's the issue. I think we're reaching. Because if you say to me, well, Trump wants you to wear a tie in the White House, now do Prime Minister Modi of India. Well, we'll get back to you right there. Tony, you can't compare the things. My point is that I don't think that's the story. I think it's a weird thing to focus on. I think the lecture is much more the story. Much more. And if you say to me, well, it's Zelensky, I mean, he's fighting for his people, he's getting destroyed, you can't expect him to not lecture you. I think that's an odd argument. And I'm getting it from people on the political right. If you want to argue that this is a mass departure from American foreign policy, MAGAville will tell you, yes, it is. That's the point. Will it be successful? Oh, I don't know about that. I'm a guy who supports funding Ukraine with bullets and guns. I understand the expansionist threat of Russia. Oh, and this idea that somehow you can nicey nice Russia into a deal, that's just nuts too. Can I say for the record, I don't think that's what Trump is doing. The way he starts is not necessarily the way he ends. The way he proffers something is not actually the way he does something. That's not in any way his modus operandi. It's as if nobody's been watching all these years. He's trying to make a deal with Russia to stop the killing, so he's playing nice. And then the moment will come not to play nice, and he won't play nice. And that's the way it's going to go. This is not new. This is actually a recording. Anybody who thinks Putin is the good guy in this, it should have their head examined. But the idea that Zelensky doesn't know how to control himself to the point of not lecturing the president in the Oval Office, you just got to accept the fact that he doesn't know how to do that. You just got to take it. The desire to see Trump lectured for Democrats is greater than their desire to see any level of peace. Oh, by the way, I have no idea if a ceasefire actually brings peace. Trump's just giving it a shot. It's this or shoot at the Russians. So I think he's going with this one first. But Democrats would much rather see the fight. They'd rather let Trump lose, let Russia keep going, let this continue as long as Trump looks bad. The cravenness of that position, good gosh. I'm glad not to be them. So Trump has paused the aid. I do disagree with the move. Meanwhile, Trump sat there yesterday in the White House and welcomed Taiwan Semiconductor to investing another $100 billion in Arizona. If you remember, they stated that they were going to do this a couple years ago. And they were going to put $60-70 billion into a manufacturing facility in Arizona. Now they're adding another $100 billion. This is, we don't have to deal with tariffs. This is, we want to make sure that Trump's on our side because China is still a threat, and why not? We got to put a plant somewhere. We might as well just put it here. I will tell you that I still remain amazed that for all the talk of China wanting to reunite, right? The one China policy and get control of Taiwan, they didn't take that opportunity when Biden was in power. I admit to you that I am surprised by this. That doesn't mean Taiwan still doesn't understand that the threat is out there, and they are going to make sure that they have their allegiances, even if they are bought. Trump being a transactional guy, there it is. Why is that? Why is that shocking? Trump's a transactional guy. I think on the idea of quote unquote peace, people who say that he doesn't have a core on that, I think they're missing it. I think he absolutely believes in this. But I think he believes that because he did it, it is done. There is no peace until Putin is gone. We understand that, right? There's temporary, but it'll come back. It's who he is. This is not a debate. It's who he is. And it's going to happen. And only somebody not willing to look would say no. Somehow he's really changed now. Yeah, I'm not buying. Notice how easy it is to do two things at once. I'm explaining exactly where I believe Putin is based on his own actions. But Zelensky was terrible in the White House, a fool, terrible advice, terribly presented. He deserves all the derision he gets. And I have the question of whether or not Zelensky is going to have to resign if Ukraine's going to get help. Where are the Ukrainian people? Mark Thiessen's writing this in the Washington Post. Zelensky must mend the breach with Trump or resign. I'm not quite sure how it's mended. Not quite sure how it's mended. Because if you say, well, he just has to apologize and kiss the ring, people with pride don't always do those things because all politics are local. But I am not quite sure how things move forward from here. And tonight, the State of the Union. Oh, yes. I will be watching, and I will be imbibing. Slowly. I want to catch all the madness. I know some Democrats aren't showing up, so you got that going for you. It'll be what it is. I'm assuming there's some bingo to play or something. I'll leave that to others. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, slow down. They're not horrible. A little bit coming out of the north split on northbound 65 to Meridian Penn. Everything else looking fantastic here at the moment. Have a safe ride to work, please. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road North, Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey guys, this is Rob. Join us Tuesday. Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith will be with us. We'll get the latest on our big rally coming up March 17th at the State House. We'll see you 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
Matt Bear here. It could rain hard in Indiana over the next couple of months. Help your house find the fountain of roof with a free roof inspection from my friends at Concrete Exteriors. Notice a musty smell inside your house, shingles curling, or have a leaky problem area? It's time to get it fixed. Call Concrete Exteriors for a free, no-obligation consultation with options to meet your budget with a lifetime workmanship warranty. Get scheduled now before the spring rush. Visit concreteexteriors.com today. That's concreteexteriors.com.
Best decision I ever made was having Window Nation windows installed in my house, saving me a bunch of money on energy. My old windows were cracked and drafty and letting the air through. Window Nation came in and took care of all that within a day. And you know what? Window Nation windows are high quality and affordable. Right now, you can get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. And you can get 0 interest and 0 payments for 2 years. Pay nothing until 2027.
This is the deal you want. 2 windows for free with every 2 that you buy. Plus, 0 interest, 0 payments for 2 years. Pay nothing until 2027. Call a representative at Window Nation right now. They will walk you through the entire process. 866-90-NATION. Get that fast, free estimate right now with Window Nation. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
If you built a house, you'd start with a strong foundation, right? Now, if you want to build a financial game plan for retirement, you'd start with Social Security. That's the foundation, and here's why. The decision to file for Social Security could impact your taxes, IRA, and 401k withdrawals, spousal benefits, and even your Medicare premiums. Everything is impacted by Social Security. That's why it's critical you get this right.
Nobody knows Social Security like our guy, Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. Bill is going to do customized. That's important. Customized Social Security analysis just for you. Everybody's different. He'll customize yours. And it's free. Absolutely free, even if you're not a client. So if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, call our guy, Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct's Tax Time Sale, you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. That's right, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your home needs. But wait, there's more. This month only, Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project. Whether you need a few windows or a full home upgrade, this bonus savings makes now the perfect time to act. Now, some restrictions may apply, So call today for your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
They haven't done their part. It's 48 degrees on Monument Circle. You have a clear radar, and your high today is 60. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 6:30. President Trump says Canada and Mexico have not done enough to stop the flow of fentanyl into the U.S., so long-promised tariffs of 25% on imports are now in effect for those two countries.
The president also imposed additional 10% tariffs on all goods from China on top of tariffs previously put in place. China, Mexico, and Canada are promising economic retaliation. President Trump dismisses concerns the tariffs will lead to inflation for U.S. consumers.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern reporting Mexico has already deployed about 10,000 National Guard troops to its northern border, while Canada has hired and appointed a fentanyl czar. The Indianapolis City County Council voted Monday to indefinitely table a proposal blocking Kelly Diamond's appointment as the permanent director of the Indianapolis Animal Care Services. Diamond, who's been serving as interim director, will not move forward in the role, and Mayor Joe Hogsett must nominate a new candidate. The truck stop serial killer was given a 65-year sentence Monday for killing a woman from Indianapolis. Harrison Silcox has that story.
Karma Purpura had been missing for around 4 years when her body was found near an interstate in Kentucky. She had disappeared from a truck stop close to Indianapolis before being found. Bruce Mendenhall, who's a former truck driver, age 73 nowadays, is a man accused of killing Purpura back in 2007. He was sentenced Monday to 65 years behind bars. Mendenhall is already serving 2 other life sentences for similar killings in other states. Harrison Silcox, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Hoosier Lottery says you could be $100,000 richer if you purchased a ticket at Walmart in Aurora on Sunday. It matched all 5 numbers. So if you have that number, you can contact the Hoosier Lottery for more information. And millions around the world will be celebrating Mardi Gras today, the final day before the Christian fasting and religious observance period of Lent begins. A typical New Orleans Mardi Gras generates about 100,000 pounds of discarded beads. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic, weather, and sports together in 2.5 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. Officials say the number of cases of highly pathogenic avian influenza continues to grow, with infections being confirmed or suspected in nearly 2/3 of Indiana counties. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources said Monday that the virus has been detected in wild birds in 30 counties, with cases also being suspected in 32 additional counties based on reports involving the deaths of raptors, cranes, and waterfowl. The Indiana State Board of Animal Health also reported a new case of avian flu involving a commercial egg-laying operation in Jay County, though the name of the operation was not disclosed. Indianapolis-based Calumet is planning to sell the industrial portion of its Royal Purple business to lubrication engineers in Kansas for $110 million. The sale involves Royal Purple's synthetic industrial product line, which includes gear lubricants, bio-environmental lubricants, and hydraulic lubricants. The deal is expected to close in mid-2025 and does not include the consumer portion of Royal Purple or the company's production facility in Texas. Lafayette-based workplace and security communications provider Rawcom has been acquired by South Carolina-based Mobile Communications America. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed, and the impact on Rawcom employees who work in offices in Lafayette, Terre Haute, and Pittsboro is unclear. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Join us for IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast, Monday, March 10 at Indy's Crane Bay Event Center, featuring 6 notable speakers, including a keynote from Indiana Senator Todd Young. Speakers will dive into multiple topics ranging from healthcare and AI, the quantum corridor, human-robot interaction, and rural broadband. It's one morning packed with the intel you need to hone your 2025 tech strategy. RSVP now at ibj.com/events.
State employees can now take an additional 6 to 8 weeks of childbirth recovery leave under a new executive order signed by Governor Mike Braun on Monday. In addition to the previously allowed 4 weeks of parental leave, all full and part-time employees are eligible to receive 6 weeks of recovery leave for a vaginal delivery and 8 weeks for a cesarean section. The executive order also strikes the requirement for workers to have been employed for at least 6 months to receive parental leave. Those new employees must agree to work for the state for at least 1 year in return. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
Interstates are really good right now as we check out what's happening coming down from Fishers. Looks great. Southbound 69, State Road 37 to 465 on the northeast side. That's a quick 4 minutes. I have the Benford on 14 minutes inbound right now from I-69 on the northeast side down to Meridian Street, Penn in downtown Indianapolis. Again, 14 minutes at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on the sports, and Ryan Hedrick, what do we know?
The Indiana Pacers, Tony, are back at home tonight against the Houston Rockets, and after Aaron Nesmith had a big game against the Bulls, where he scored a career-high 27 points Sunday, his teammate Tyrese Halliburton says, yeah, I see the growth in him.
He's just prepared. I think sometimes when you're hurt, it can be a blessing in disguise because you can just see the game differently and see where you can impact the game a little differently. It's been really good to have him back. He's a big part of what we do.
And Nesmith was out for a couple of months with an ankle injury. Tonight's game starts at 7. College basketball, 18th-ranked Purdue is at home against Rutgers. IU riding a 3-game winning streak is in Oregon tonight.
Oregon team is a tough team, man. They play extremely hard, and we got to go in with our A game and see where it leads us.
And that's head coach Mike Woodson. Tonight's game tips off at 9 o'clock. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Did you know Indiana has a critical shortage of high school referees?
It's causing our games to be canceled or understaffed, and we need your help. I'm Greer Swim from Fishers High School.
And I'm Cooper Allen from Shenandoah High School. We need you so we can keep playing our favorite sports.
So our opportunities to learn aren't limited.
So our experience in high school sports is everything it should be.
With your help, we can make sure we have enough officials for every game.
And student athletes around the state always have the chance to grow through high school sports.
Are you game? Sign up as a high school official in your community today.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. High school sports can't happen without high school officials. Help us fill an urgent need in our state so games aren't canceled or understaffed. Visit ihsaa.org to become an official today. This is protecting high school sports. This is serving your community. This is your IHSAA.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
So the ratings for the Oscars were the lowest in 7 years. They had 18 million people watching the Oscars. It was once again down, a 7% decrease from last year. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. They still haven't learned how exhausting they are. There's no plan, no desire, no want to learn. Learning is for other people. Learning is for suckers, I guess. Everything's a lecture. Everything is just really horrific in their presentation. Nobody wants Adrian Brody to sit there and wax semantic for 6 minutes. Even if I agree with him, just say thank you and move on with your day. Isn't this what Ricky Gervais warned everybody? Don't be these people. Gonna listen to people tell me about some documentary that shows what an evil group of people the Israelis are. Okay, we're doing this again. You're boring. Just boring. But they don't learn. It's the same old of the same old of the same old of the same old. It's all they know how to do. That is going to become a very, very familiar refrain. Because I've got some of that coming up. April 17th, what's coming up is bourbon. And as we said, this is one heck of a first 100 days. And as we've all seen, it's gotten even crazier. And we will be breaking down all of it. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons there in Kokomo. I cannot wait. This thing is coming together so well. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Yes, they are available. Some people were asking if we still had VIP tickets available. We do. You can email me, Tony@TonyKatz.com for those. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. The bourbon flight, the food, the cigar afterward, the great time. We're going to look at the first 100 days, compare it to other 100 days in history, the good, the bad, the nutty. Where are we? What do we think it means for the future? All of it. We're going to do every bit of it. Right there, April 17th in Kokomo. Sponsorship's now available because that's just, it happens to be true. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets right now. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. Learn how these first 100 days might be the most impactful and consequential first 100 days in American history. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. April 17th. I will see you there. That's my plan. My plan is indeed to see you there with pants on. I have rules. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Unclaimed property. It is a financial asset. You might not be aware of that. With no activity by the owner for an extended time. And if the business can't find the owner of that money, it's reported to the Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. And now you can go get your cash at indianaunclaimed.gov. It is there, over $800 million waiting to be claimed. 1 in 7 Americans has unclaimed property. That could mean you. And the Attorney General's office, the Attorney General's office? Which way is that said? They reunite Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. It is fast, it is easy, and free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov. Go, check it out. Find out if you are owed any cash, and then get your cash. I do have a $37 check, as I said, waiting for me. And some people I know have done way better than that. Actually, you don't talk to them. You check it out. indianaunclaimed.gov. indianaunclaimed.gov, or text money to 46220 to search.
Indianapolis roads, a total disaster. Some of the worst potholes in America. Am I right?
A car on Keystone Avenue just fell into one the size of a swimming pool.
Disgraceful. These roads should be great again. But right now, they look like the surface of the moon.
Suspension repair shops are making a fortune.
Rigged system. But Matt Bear, he's the guy to trust. Tremendous at avoiding these disasters. Just tremendous.
Matt Bear, making your commute great again. Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. Winters are long here in the area, and if you're tired of seeing and feeling that winter weather coming in past your old windows like I was, you need Window Nation. Their high-quality, energy-efficient windows will get rid of those drafts to keep your costly heat inside, lower your monthly utility bills, and keep your home comfortable year-round. And they're affordable, too. Right now, get 2 windows free for every 2 you buy. Plus, with 0 down and no payments or interest for 2 years, you could get new windows installed in 1 day and not pay anything until 2027.
Imagine what you could do with all that extra money in your pocket. Plus, they're guaranteed for life. Don't miss out on your chance to take advantage of the buy two, get two for free promotion, and you don't pay anything until 2027. Schedule your fast free estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic on the fives. What's going on? I said, what are you doing, Matt Bear? I said, what's happening, Matt Bear? I can't hear Matt. Did Matt take a nap? Is Matt just trying to put it all together? Is there so much happening he doesn't know where to start?
Yeah, Tony, I'm here. Okay. We have a crash. It's on the west side, southbound 465 at I-70. Two left lanes are blocked right now. It's an injury crash with entrapment. Just now getting this on the scanner and trying to... Yeah, two left lanes are blocked. Again, it's the west side, southbound 465 at I-70. As we look at the camera here, it is at a dead stop for about a half-mile delay. It is not quite to Sam Jones Expressway, but a big deal if you're going to the airport from the, say, northwest side, maybe Pike Township. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 42 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text MAIN to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text MAIN to 321-321. That's MAIN to 321-321.
It's interesting to see people admit that they've given up. That they've just given up completely and totally. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. And they have. And there's a series of people, starting with Senator Chris Murphy, who has taken it upon himself to be the hero. Senator Chris Murphy wants you to know that he single-handedly is going to save America from Donald Trump.
Have another year to fight this attempt to destroy democracy. Our democracy might be gone in 6 months. And so I have, taken the energy that I used to put into other issues and channeled it all into trying to raise the alarm for my colleagues and for the American public about what's happening. Because if we don't mobilize America right now against these billionaires and against these attempts to destroy our democracy, then by the summer, the democracy might be gone. We might not even notice, and the Trump family might rule forever.
That's a fetish. At that stage of the game, it's absolutely positively a fetish. And this is Senator Murphy making the statement that he's not going to do his job. He's just going to fight Trump because democracy is on the line. They're back to this. The same old, the standard stuff. Back to this. And this is not the only place where it's happening. Over there at CNN, the argument being made is you're not happy. You're not happy with what it is Trump is doing, and somehow the progressive left knows this, and you don't.
Absolutely voted for this.
Okay, people do not want government waste, that's for sure, but they didn't vote for foresters to get fired.
Look,
they didn't vote for the parks to be closed.
Look, you guys,
veterans to be fired.
You guys keep trying to create this fantasy land where Donald Trump is not popular, where Republicans are mad.
Republicans are mad.
Can you shut down the town halls. Can you name a single Democrat in Congress who's more popular than Donald Trump right now?
Listen,
Answer, no.
Scott,
the reality is Republicans are so happy with this. They're not upset about it.
No, they
The
are.
American people are happy about what's going on right now because for the first time in a long time, a president said,
Scott,
I'm actually going to reduce the size of government.
I know you like numbers and you like polls. So
Abby Phillip always jumping in to save the other panelists from just getting smacked around, who always look at Scott Jennings at CNN with this, is it incredulity? Like, what are you talking about? You're not making any sense to us. But they believe they know best. If you want to argue a disagreement on policy, go right ahead. I disagree on tariffs. If you don't think that this is what people voted for, you're out of your skull. You're absolutely out of your mind. And speaking of numbers, Abby Phillip, if we're going to talk about numbers, the Daily Mail sharing some polling that shows Trump has never been more popular. 54%. This after what has taken place with Trump and Zelensky. Oh, I didn't enjoy it. No part of me enjoyed it. I wish everybody was a little more normal. I wish more people understood that Putin is a threat, and I wish Zelensky understood Trump and knew how to just say, hey, appreciate the help. We're going to save our people. Good. That's all it took. It's all it took. But listen to the left explain how you don't understand how you're unhappy. That's just not the case. Trump said, I'm going to do these things, and he did these things. And why is anybody shocked or surprised or amazed? When you talk about some park service member got fired or some this got fired or some that got fired, the answer is yeah. And if it was a mistake, they'll get rehired. If it's not a mistake, they'll stay without a job. Because there's bloat, there's waste, and there's fraud. Well, you can't take a chainsaw to these things. You can only take a chainsaw to these things because we've seen what happens when you don't. Well, when you take a chainsaw to it, you make mistakes. Okay, mistakes will get made, and then they'll get corrected. Why doesn't everybody calm down? Why is it there's this irrational idea that somehow a mistake cannot be made? Of course a mistake can be made. And then it could be corrected. You know what a mistake is? Not having a secure border for 4 years and letting millions of people into the country, people who are indeed rapists and murderers, not protecting the nation from invasion, letting children die from fentanyl. That's a mistake. That's a real mistake. No coming back from. Somebody getting fired and inconvenienced for an hour stinks. I agree. But it could happen. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Oh, by the way, an hour could be a month. It's government. That's the way it is. But it's far better than children dying of fentanyl. And if the left doesn't understand this, oh, keep losing elections. None of my concern. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
West side crash southbound 465 at I-73. Left lanes are blocked. This is an injury crash and somebody's trapped inside a vehicle. Crews are working on that right now. Traffic is jammed up almost to Sam Jones Expressway. Delay time right now is at 9 minutes. Again, this crash is on the west side, southbound 465 at I-70. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 321 Cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road at North Shadeland or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Has the holiday season left you overwhelmed, stressed out, and overweight? Do you feel frustrated when you think about what you need to do to be healthy and feel better? You deserve a simple approach to a stronger, healthier, and more enjoyable life. Exercise Inc. has been helping people in Central Indiana reach their health and fitness goals for 20 years. The approach is simple. Strength train with a certified coach once a week for 20 minutes. Adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow to change your health and lose weight. Then get out there and enjoy life because you'll be stronger and have more energy and you're going to feel better and you'll lose weight and you'll probably even look better too. And you may even be able to get off of some of those prescription medications. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. The studios are private, no mirrors, no music, and no spandex. Just you and a professional coach working to reach your goals for the new year. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up for a free consultation.
When it comes to managed network services and IT support, Applied Innovation is at the top of the list for these Applied Innovation customers. Sean Carnahan, sales manager for Adventure Homes.
They do all of our computers, so they take care of all of our issues, anything that comes up with our servers, any tech support, software we need, any equipment we need.
Eric Lane, director of information technology for Raleigh Williams Paint Spot.
Applied Innovation has been very proactive, and they've laid out a plan for here is what we look like today, and here's what we want to look like in 18 months and then going forward. So it's the long-term vision that they have that other companies didn't.
Ashley Crane, IT director for Belmont Beverage.
They're just a really great company that has a lot to offer to a small IT team like ourselves.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedyinnovation.com.
Many times, patients have symptoms they didn't know were actually related to their airway breathing issues.
I was suffering from sinus issues, jaw issues, and neck pain. I guess I just kind of had my breaking point.
Unfortunately, this is typical. But until you get to the root of your problem, it's going to just persist. Fortunately, Jody took action, and the results were typical as well.
My quality of life is so different. But one of the first things that I noticed was my breathing. I don't ever remember being able to breathe like that.
Being able to breathe freely is life-changing, and the effects can go beyond that.
Sleeping better, having more energy, and it seemed as if all of those symptoms that I had just melted away.
And thank heavens for that, because at Advent, results are what drive us, helping you breathe well so you can live better.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Hey guys, let's talk about feeling your best. If you don't feel that same energy, strength, you're moody, or it seems you've lost your drive with your partner, it could be low T. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer, and you'll find true experts at Low T Center. Getting tested is fast and easy. They're not all the same. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program.
Learn about personalized therapy at a Low T Center near you. LowTCenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's time to throw your overpriced big wireless contract overboard. With a qualifying plan, you can choose an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for $0. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. No hassle, no gimmicks, just honest-to-goodness wireless price right. Dial pound 250, you say the keywords Pure Talk, claim your new iPhone or Galaxy with a qualifying purchase from Pure Talk, which is America's wireless company. Visit puretalk.com for details.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Life is busy enough without plumbing problems. That's why you need an expert to fix it right the first time. Plumbing may not be pretty, but we're pretty darn good at it. And we'll always give you honest advice at a fair price. That's the LD Smith Plumbing Promise. Call today for $50 off any plumbing repair, big or small.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP $104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP $61,695. Offers going on now. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Coming up in 2 minutes, gunshots, crime scene tape, and an ambulance in Lawrence as a shooting that just happened a couple of hours ago. Why is a Hoosier sheriff in Washington, D.C., and what was Governor Mike Braun's executive order about on Monday? Those stories are coming up after Fox News. From the Technology Recycler Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, it is 7 o'clock.
It's the U.S. versus our neighbors to the north and south. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. New tariffs went into effect after midnight. 25% on goods coming here from Mexico and 25% on most Canadian imports, except for energy, which is at 10%. President Trump is also doubling tariffs on China from 10 to 20%. Why? He says to stop a deadly drug from coming in.
Vast amounts of fentanyl have poured into our country from Mexico, and as you know, also from China, where it goes to Mexico and goes to Canada.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau issuing a statement said Canada will respond with 25% tariffs against $155 billion of American goods, starting with tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods immediately. Tariffs on the remaining $125 billion on American products will start over the next 21 days. That's going to be kind of a phase over, if you will. China is imposing additional tariffs on U.S. farm exports.
Fox Business Network Cheryl Casone. Mexico may also retaliate. The U.S. is pausing all military aid to Ukraine in the battle against Russia's invasion.
I want one thing to happen. I want all of those young people to stop being killed.
A senior Trump administration official says this is in response to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's conduct last week, culminating in that spat with the president at the Oval Office on Friday. This U.S. official says the aid will be held back until the Ukrainians demonstrate a commitment to good faith peace negotiations.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The president may talk about that war and tariffs and his entire agenda when he addresses the nation before a joint session of Congress tonight.
But Democrats likely won't be standing and cheering, as a number of members are planning to bring fired federal workers to the joint address as their guest in protest of recent layoffs under the Department of Government Efficiency.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz at the Capitol, where last night Senate Democrats blocked a House-passed bill aiming to bar transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why a Hoosier sheriff is in the nation's capital. It's 48 degrees on Monument Circle with a clear radar. Your high today, 60. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Why is Wayne County Sheriff's in Washington, D.C. for an address to the joint session of Congress? Here's Chris Davis.
Members of Congress get the privilege of inviting people to be their guest as the president gives the address. Sheriff Randy Rutter was announced as the guest of East Central Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve Monday, partly because of his close partnership with ICE. That partnership is credited with taking drug dealers, some of whom were illegal immigrants, off the streets in Wayne County. Rutter says he's honored to be Shreve's guest. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
We are expecting rain to move across the state at some point today.
We had a few showers and thunderstorms earlier this morning up in the Lafayette area. Nothing severe, but the more widespread showers and thunderstorms will come in late this afternoon and continue overnight.
Chad Swain is a forecaster at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis. He says we could get some light snow on Wednesday, but not much accumulation. Indiana state employees are now granted at least 6 weeks from maternity leave. That's part of a new executive order that Governor Mike Braun signed on Monday.
Indiana supports strong families, and this is putting it out there where we're doing it through our own state government as well.
And Braun says that state employees can receive about 150 hours of paid paternal leave following the birth or adoption of a child, regardless of their length of employment. The order takes effect immediately. The man known as the truck stop serial killer was sentenced for killing a woman from Indianapolis nearly 2 decades ago. Here's Harrison Silcox.
Bruce Mendenhall is currently serving 2 life sentences for killing 2 people in Tennessee, and he was sentenced to another 65 years Monday for killing a woman at a truck stop near Indianapolis in 2007. Karma Papura's body was found in Kentucky 4 years after she disappeared from Indianapolis. A Tennessee police officer who pulled over Mendenhall's truck found a blood-stained trailer and a bag of clothes. DNA provided by Papura's family matched the blood found inside the truck. Mendenhall has denied the whole thing. Harrison Silcox, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
An argument, gunshots, crime scene tape, and an ambulance. It all happened in Lawrence about 2 hours ago. A man is in bad shape this morning. Police say it happened along Kingsborough Court. Police found the man suffering from the gunshot wound. They administered medical aid. Somebody has been detained. Mayor Joe Hogsett needs a new pick for Indianapolis Animal Care Services after his nominee hit a wall. On Monday, the City County Council voted 21-4 to shelve Kelly Diamond's appointment indefinitely.
We heard you. We heard the volunteers from Animal Care and Control very loudly. We listened. That's why we had this special committee hearing, just to hear from them, because we wanted to, and I believe this is a response that they were looking for.
And City County Council Vice President Allie Brown speaking with Wish TV. The mayor now has a decision to make about who his next nominee will be. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. How the roads looking, Matt Bear?
Bad on the west side. We have a serious crash at southbound 465 and I-70. 3 left lanes are blocked, and traffic is stopped back to Sam Jones Expressway. Delay time right now is 12 minutes. Something to consider if you're heading to Indianapolis International from Pike Township or somewhere on the northwest side that uses southbound here this morning. But again, that crash, southbound 465 I-70 on the west side. 3 left lanes blocked, stop to Sam Jones. Inbound 69 starting to slow a little bit. 96th Street down to 82nd. It's been worse. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, sure, why not? Wish TV meteorologist, I think it's you. What's up?
It is me. Good morning. Hey. We've got temps in the 50s this morning. How about that? Mostly cloudy skies, and we'll see a few scattered showers this morning. It will be incredibly breezy. Winds may gust 25, 30 miles per hour today. We're going to go with a high today of 61. Later this evening, we'll see a good chance of some rain and possibly a few thunderstorms. It will still remain windy. Lows will fall in the 40s. And then on Wednesday, some scattered showers early, still pretty windy. Temperatures will start out in the 50s early in the day and then fall later in the afternoon. And with those falling temperatures, we're going to see some scattered rain showers, change over to some scattered snow showers possible later in the evening. And it's going to turn much cooler for your Thursday. It'll be dry, partly cloudy with highs around 42.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Tara, we appreciate you. Can't thank you enough. Go live your life. 46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:07. So you've got 25% tariffs now in effect against Canada, 25% tariffs in effect against Mexico. You've added a 10% tariff to Canadian energy. You added another 10% to China. China is now adding tariffs of 15% onto exports, farm exports from the United States. And through it all, Honda is like, you know what? We're going to bring production of the Civic to Indiana from Mexico. This is the reporting as of yesterday. And it stated that the next generation Civic Hybrid, which was set to be made in Mexico, will now be based in Indiana beginning in 2028. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. What's interesting here is that I do not know if this is a tariff conversation because it's not immediate. We're talking about 3 years. It's what we're referring to. We're talking about 3 years before it gets here. Now, the report does not discuss if there's any other vehicles that'll be produced. And the Indiana auto plant in Greensburg, right? It's in Greensburg, is I think the only Honda plant that we've got. So are they going to build something else? They're just going to grow what they have. Is this all tariff related? It would seem tariff related, but 3 years, timeline doesn't seem to line up in that way, and I think that's very interesting. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to make of that or take from that, except I hope we build more cars in Indiana. It's the more the merrier. How could I ever possibly be opposed? And this whole thing with animal care services, where they decided not to vote on Joe Hogsett's pick because she's not somebody that the volunteers wanted for actions taken when she was the interim chief. I'm happy to see Hoosier standing up, but there's a real question of whether or not Joe Hogsett sees anything through whatever goggles he wears. The people don't think you lead. They don't have any faith in you whatsoever. You're not very good at this. It's this whole story again with Major League Soccer. Oh, look, the Simons are connected. Well, of course the Simons are connected. I had some people tell me the Simons are not involved. I knew you were lying to me then, just for the record, for the sake of the argument. But no leadership comes from Joe Hogsett. Leadership on the issue of the Major League Soccer comes from Pacer Sports and Entertainment and others. It doesn't come from Hogsett. He can't even get his pick for animal services through. There's no faith in this man. Why'd we vote for him? Why'd anybody vote for him? Makes no sense that we think that this is still a good way to go about doing business. And you're going to find in the next election, Vop Ostley runs or something like that. Why would you expect anything different, Indy? You've now shown through the pressure put on the city county council, these people, they have no backbone. It's when no one's confronting them that they go about doing horrible things. They listened. Well, maybe I should give them credit for that. They actually listened. In that case, go keep demanding and get a better city. You've proven you can do it. Go do it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
If you built a house, you'd start with a strong foundation, right? Now, if you want to build a financial game plan for retirement, you'd start with Social Security. That's the foundation, and here's why. The decision to file for Social Security could impact your taxes, IRA, and 401k withdrawals, spousal benefits, and even your Medicare premiums. Everything is impacted by Social Security. That's why it's critical you get this right.
Nobody knows Social Security like our guy, Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. Bill is going to do customized. That's important. Customized Social Security analysis just for you. Everybody's different. He'll customize yours. And it's free. Absolutely free, even if you're not a client. So if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, call our guy, Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
Drip. Drip. Drip.
Annoying, isn't it?
Drip.
It's even worse when it's coming from your fireplace.
Drip.
That water stain on the ceiling isn't going to fix itself. Call Chimney Solutions Indiana. Their certified technicians will make sure your fireplace is ready for reliable comfort this season. Stop the
drip.
Call the experts trusted by thousands of Indiana homeowners. Call Chimney Solutions Indiana at 317-757-6979 or go to chimneyindy.com.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
West Side, serious crash on southbound 465 at I-70. All lanes are closed right now, but traffic is getting by on the right shoulder. That doesn't leave us a lot. Traffic stopped right now to Sam Jones Expressway. Delayed time at 11 minutes. Again, the serious crash on southbound 465 I-70 on the west side. Northeast side crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. That has the exit to 465 backed up past East 96th Street. Delayed 8 minutes in that exit to 465. Northbound 65 slows out of the north split to West MLK. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale ends soon. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Restrictions apply. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time, what's the time? 7:16.
Guy Relford here. Time again for the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show this coming weekend at the State Fairgrounds, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's never been a more important time to exercise our rights as true Americans. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See the best in sporting, hunting, and personal protection gear, plus great displays of Americana. Come see us this weekend at the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show, Friday 2 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 4. It's the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show. See you there.
Looking for a cozy spot to relax, work, or grab your coffee to go? LC Coffee House in Noblesville, Indiana has you covered. Try our indulgent affogato, a sweet blend of espresso and ice cream. Or sample our coffee flights to discover your perfect brew. In a rush, our drive-thru is ready to serve you fast and fresh. Need a space to collaborate? We offer meeting rooms perfect for co-working. Whether you're grabbing a quick drink or spending the day with us, LC Coffee House is the place to be.
Baby, let's cruise away from here.
Do that on Friday, so the president said send him home.
He said today that the war he expects will go on a very long time. I don't know where he's going to get the money to fund that war. I have my doubts that Europe will fund the war to the level that Biden and Harris were funding it. And then the issue now has come up whether or not this administration will continue to offer money and arms for this war to continue. Because without America, I would argue the president was right in saying they have no cards.
Yeah, well, Sean, I think our European friends, frankly, are being really, they're doing a disservice to the Ukrainians because their own populations are saying, we're not going to fund this war indefinitely. The American people are saying, we don't want to fund the war indefinitely. So the only thing that is in the best interest of America, of Russia, of Ukraine, and of Europe is to bring this thing to a close. What happened, Sean, is you have Zelensky. He goes to Europe, and a lot of our European friends puff him up. They say, you know, you're a freedom fighter. You need to keep fighting forever. Well, fighting forever with what? With whose money, with whose ammunition, and with whose lives?
Now, that is where the difference in policy comes. Tony Katz 93 WIBC. Good morning. That's J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States. If Ukraine wants to fight Russia forever, they're more than welcome to. But does that mean they do so with our dollars and with our hardware, which is to say our dollars? This is the argument that the very concept of fight forever, the very, very concept, can't exist on our dime. If that's the case, we're going to have a say. And you may be surprised by what that say is. The people who believe in doing so, their policy position is it is better that we deal with Russia's aggression in this way than putting Americans on the ground. It is better that we do this and try and end this Russian threat. Right? That's the argument. You don't turn tail on your allies. You help them. And that's also a message to the rest of the world about where not only do our values lie, but why you want to ensure your relationship with the United States. We've done this for a great number of years. The counter argument is we've done this for a great number of years. Are we really better off? Now, it's an interesting question. It's a loaded question because there's a real answer for absolutely. Are you crazed? Of course we're better off. Did I say hello? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Of course we're better off. We're on top of the global pecking order. That's better off. But not from an economics point, are we? Well, it could have been much worse. Yes, but look at the debt now. Look at the spend now. Look at the graft now. Look at the waste now. Isn't there a moment where you could say enough? Other people have to do things differently. This really brings us to this idea of peace. And allow me to state for the record that if Donald Trump believes that some ceasefire is an actual peace deal with Russia, President Trump would be out of his mind. I don't believe he actually believes it. What I believe is as a matter of sheer transaction, that if he can say peace deal, he can then say, look what I did. I did exactly what I said I would do. We now have peace. Thank you, Cleveland. Good night. Right? That's absolutely what he's trying to get done there. No rational person thinks that Russia isn't going to do this again sometime in the future. You would have to be a born fool to think that this is where it ends. It is obvious that Trump is trying a tactic. He's trying. It's a plan. Can we get this to do that? Can we change this thing around? We can always go back to hating them. We can always go back to a fight. But can we try this? Some people will say this has already been tried. You can't do this. And Trump's answer is, it wasn't tried by me. That answer infuriates. But we have to accept the fact that that answer has some legitimacy. And that legitimacy comes from the 77 million people who voted for him. That's who it comes from. Why would we deny that the president doesn't get a chance to engage a foreign policy as he sees fit? Well, he's doing these favors for the Russians. I don't know what favors he's doing for the Russians. It's all I ever hear from the Democrats, that he's doing some favors for the Russians. Maybe the Democrats don't know what they're doing, and it's time for them to stop talking. You sound crazy. And for the people of Indianapolis who want to call Representative Victoria Spartz a Russian asset, my God, you really are as dumb as we always thought you were. It's embarrassing. I agree that Putin will not be stopped until he is stopped, until he is gone. This KGB agent will not stop being a KGB agent. Just won't. Just will not. But if you're Trump and you're trying a thing, you try the thing. And if the thing doesn't work out, then you could do the other thing. That's the way it works. That is the way it works. And that brings us to the popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is so much more. Zelensky picking a fight. Why can't he just apologize?
Very generous. Thank you for. I mean, Vance opposes...
Billions and billions of dollars.
The United States, yes, has given Ukraine a lot of money. He has thanked the United States on numerous occasions. He has come to this country to thank the United States. J.D. Vance has not ever voted for that aid. So who is he thanking exactly? Donald Trump also not responsible for that aid.
How about you and me? It's our taxpayer dollars.
That's not entirely true, actually.
Okay.
Donald Trump gave Ukraine javelins.
Donald Trump gave Ukraine javelins.
When
Obama gave them blankets. I get it. I get the talking point.
You can denigrate it,
I get
but
the
it's
talking
true.
point, but what I'm talking about is
the missiles are real things,
support
not
for
talking
Ukraine in this conflict. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump have both been, I would say Trump has been skeptical. Vance has been outright opposed. So do you acknowledge that Zelensky has thanked the United States?
He has on occasion.
Dozens of occasions.
But I will also point out.
Dozens of occasions.
And Donald Trump, on dozens of occasions, said he denounces white supremacy, and it didn't satisfy the political left. But I don't think you make a guy sit there and say, thank you. I'm not actually interested in that part of it. I thought it was the worst part of the meeting. It's when I say I don't think Vance hit that meeting as well as he could have. He's way better than that. And I think that the meeting was a miss after his first comments. I truly do. He's thanked us enough. That's a weird take. It's weird. Trump sent javelins and Obama sent blankets, and you think these things are the same? They're not the same. They're just not the same. But why not just say, I apologize?
I'll also point out that in 2022, in a phone call with Joe Biden had to scream at him on the phone, according to NBC News, and say, hey, you could be a little more grateful for what we're doing for you in the United States. Right. He's a frustrating guy to deal with. On that, we have bipartisan presidential consensus.
I get that.
Here's
but
the deal.
as Karl Rove said, the diplomacy is messy privately. Yeah. And these things happen in every single conflict the United States has been a part of, where with our allies, we have disagreements privately. It happened during World War II. It happened with Biden. The difference is that this played out publicly on purpose.
Right. And why go to the Oval Office in a language you don't really speak that well without an interpreter and pick a fight with the President and Vice President of the United States, regardless if you don't like what they had to say?
Everyone thinks that this is about Trump, and why can't we discuss Zelensky? I think Trump can handle this in a bunch of different ways. But to deny Zelensky's point, or not point, but rather place in this feud, in this debacle, is madness. Absolute madness. But they won't do it. Zelensky could have just said, thanks, signed, moved on, helped this country. And he chose not to. That's not on Trump. It's just a matter of observation. It's not. Scott Jennings, man, they don't pay him enough. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
West side crash, southbound 465 at I-70. All lanes are blocked. Traffic is getting by on the right shoulder only. This is a two-car crash with injury and entrapment. Somebody had to be rescued from a vehicle. And again, traffic getting by on the right shoulder only. Stopped back to Sam Jones Expressway for a 9-minute delay. Now, the northeast side, if you're trying to exit to 465, we have stop-and-go traffic on southbound 69 from 106th Street to 465. If you're going to Memphis, that starts to open up a little bit more at 82nd Street. But right now, bad delay for those exiting. 20 minutes, in fact. This is because of a crash on the ramp from southbound 69 to southbound 465. Ramp is open. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show, 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to tailgate ahead of the big Trump speech. Jeff Boggs is going to be here, and maybe some caller roulette. 93 WIBC.
Big trees, tiny price. That's their little catchphrase right there. It's Circle City Trees in Zionsville. These are very fascinating people. They sell trees. That's That's what they do. And we're not talking about like, oh, look, I planted a little tree. No, we're talking about these massive, amazing trees. We're talking about mature trees. And the lot that they have, so many options. You have no idea what you actually want. What you know is you've got a spot in your house, around your yard, for some trees, quality service. You need shade. You want a little privacy from that neighbor who does that weird dance thing and nobody wants to see that. Circle City Trees can help, and they take care of it. The installation, the mulching, the 1-year warranty, trees up to 30 feet tall. It's kind of incredible what they have to offer. Evergreen shade trees, fruit trees, ornamental trees, flowering trees. It's just a whole bunch of trees, people, and they're right there. Circle City Trees in Zionsville. You gotta check it out for yourself, because finally you got a tree guy. All your life you're like, when do I get a tree guy? Boom! Tree guy with Circle City Trees right there, East 300 South in Zionsville, or online at circlecitytrees.com. You can also give them a call, 317-768-3005. 317-768-3005. 768-3005 or circlecitytrees.com.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50, and it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago I went, and 19 years later, I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better, too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers, too. ExerciseInc.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What's happening in Lawrence? It's 48 degrees on Monument Circle with the clear radar. Your high today is 60. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. A fight, shots fired, and someone killed. That's what Lawrence police say happened early this morning in a neighborhood right by East 46th and North Post Road. The man who was shot died at the hospital, and police have detained a person for this killing. New tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China kicked in at midnight, and those countries are already pushing back.
Beijing is accusing the United States of violating free trade laws, filing a lawsuit over that, but more significantly was quick to turn around with a 15% tariff on American food products. Now, Canada has promised tariffs up to 25% against more than $150 billion of American products, with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau calling Trump's actions unjustified, while Mexico is expected to announce a response later today. Now, this is all over President Trump's overnight tariffs that were implemented, 25% on all imports from Mexico, 25% on Canadian imports as well. That's 10% on energy for that. And China's doubled to 20%. Now, President Trump has accused the countries of failing to stop the flow of fentanyl.
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff reporting from the White House. Canada, Mexico, and China account for more than a third of the products imported into the United States. One of the Hoosiers who will be a guest at Tuesday's address to a joint session of Congress speech by President Trump is Wayne County Sheriff Randy Redder. Congressman Jefferson Shreve, who represents Eastern Central Indiana, says Redder will be his guest. Lowering property taxes for Hoosiers might have trade-offs. Harrison Silcox explains why some in Fort Wayne are concerned.
Fort Wayne Community Schools is the second largest public school district in Indiana, and it could lose out on millions of dollars in funding if Governor Mike Braun's SB 1 passes.
While these bills may have well-intended goals, they ultimately create a counterproductive situation that further strains essential community services.
FWCS Superintendent Mark Daniel believes Braun's property tax proposal would significantly hurt public schools in Indiana and he even wrote a letter to state lawmakers outlining his concerns. He's also against Senate Bill 518, which would have public schools share property tax dollars with charter schools. Harrison Silcox, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In South Carolina, wildfires are still burning. They're burning in Horry County. The South Carolina Forestry Commission says containment is about 30%. And the Mardi Gras parades that New Orleans is known for may be a washout this year. While the weather was decent yesterday in the Big Easy, forecasters are predicting storms on Fat Tuesday. It will rain here in Indiana a little bit later today with thunderstorms, but no severe weather in the forecast. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. After months out with an ankle injury, Indiana Pacers forward Aaron Nesmith says he's back in the rhythm and ready to do whatever it takes for the team to win.
Reading the flow of the game, and if the flow of the game requires me to score more, then that's my job to do so.
And he did a lot of scoring in Sunday's win against the Chicago Bulls, dropping a career-high 27 points. The Pacers are at home tonight against the Houston Rockets. The game starts at 7. Purdue head coach Matt Painter says Rutgers will be a tough test for his 18th-ranked Boilermakers.
They're dangerous in the half court. They get into ISOs. They're kind of their ball screen motion, their ball screen attack, but very, very good pieces.
And Purdue is looking for back-to-back wins after that win against UCLA on Friday. Tip-off in West Lafayette is at 7. The IU team is riding a 3-game winning streak, and they play Oregon tonight on the West Coast. The tip-off is at 9 o'clock. Listen to the game right here on 93 WIBC beginning at 8. Butler is on a 2-game losing streak. They play Xavier tomorrow night at Hinkle Fieldhouse. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
West Side crash southbound 465 at I-70. All of the lanes are blocked because of this injury crash with entrapment. Traffic is stopped back to Sam Jones Expressway for a 17-minute delay. Northeast side crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. Exit lanes to I-69 jammed up back to 116th Street. Coming into the north split, it's downtown. Westbound 70 crash in the north split, blocking the right shoulder and stop-and-go traffic. Back to Rural Street, Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
47 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Malia. We often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The Pacers are entering the home stretch of the regular season.
Halliburton shot fake. A 30-point night for Tyrese Halliburton.
See the blue and gold in action against the Rockets Tuesday night.
Here's Turner in on the right side with a sledgehammer.
The Pacers host the high-flying Rockets Tuesday at 7. It's the Rockets' only visit to Indy this year. Get your tickets at Pacers.com. That's Pacers.com. Pacers Rockets, Tuesday at 7.
That's Faber's B Window. Trust me.
Call B Window for all your home improvement needs. From windows, doors, siding, to bathroom remodeling, the B team is happy to help you invest in your largest asset, your home. This month only, receive $400 off per window, $850 off per patio or entry door, with 2.99% financing. Proud to be employee owned. Call today or visit bwindow.com.
That's Faber's B Window. Trust me.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I
I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, finally everybody can have their own dirty water hot dog. No? That does not sound appealing? That sounds delicious. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Live stream is going. You can see me. You could see Matt Bear. You could see producer Carl, who's somewhat in the dark, looking very ominous in his Conspiracy Carl corner of the world. The Facebook Marketplace, by the way, brought to you by the Attorney General's Office. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. There's money there waiting for you. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and find out exactly how much money's just sitting there because, well, some business didn't know where to send it back to, some deposit or something else. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to see if the Attorney General's Office has money for you. You should do that immediately, if not sooner. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm taking a look at what's next, Matt Bear. You know what I find myself doing?
What do you find yourself doing, Tony?
I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. It's like you haven't been a part of this thing for months.
It's I need to show up to rehearsal. That's what I need to do.
It would help greatly. On Facebook Marketplace is where I go, and I clear my head, and I'm looking at odd things, strange things, unique things, all sorts of things on Facebook Marketplace. I bought things, I've sold things, I've done all sorts of things. This, ladies and gentlemen, you could have your own dirty water hot dogs.
Ooh, there's no better hot dog in the world than a dirty water hot dog.
Someone once said to me, would you rather have a dirty water hot dog or a hot dog grilled on some of the finest charcoal in the land? And I said, you shut your filthy mouth.
Yeah.
I want filthy water. I want hands that have reached into it. I want someone's sneeze to have snuck right through between the lid and the base. You bet I do. That's where the flavor is.
Totally in the virus molecules. It's the best eating, let me tell you.
Oh, my gosh. I want the kind of dirty water hot dog that could also be used to jack up your car. That's the kind.
It's called diesel fuel with the Piggly Wiggly.
I want a diesel fuel dirty water hot dog, or I don't want nothing. What do you think I want? Beef Wellington? Screw that. I want what is questionable beef on a bun that's 142 days old, yet somehow is still soft. That's what I'm looking for. This is it. Right there. Yeah. Tasty hot dogs, it says, Matt Bear.
Ooh, yeah. It's on at Tony Katz here, the X thing.
Yeah, if you follow me on the Twitix at Tony Katz, that's where it is. And so it's tabletop. Oh, wow. And what it looks like is like a hot dog cart you would see in New York. And it's got a place, it'll hold 60 standard size hot dogs or 3 Costco size hot dogs. I don't think there's a place for the buns. Maybe there is, and I don't realize it. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I'm looking. I'm checking.
Wait. You have one side for the hot dogs, the other side for the buns.
You do. The other side is for the buns.
Yeah.
So you can have the buns steamed. Boom. So if you're doing a party, like, that's fantastic. I absolutely dig that, especially a kid's party, because nothing says I like germs and hot water like a kid's party.
Kids have germs, as I understand. I did when I was a kid.
Oh, Matt,
I'm part of that problem. I am.
I know you, to the extent that you even know if you have children yourself.
Thank you.
But let me say for the record that children have germs.
Oh,
they do.
Why do we have them then?
And in this situation, you can combine germs, hot water, and questionable manipulated meats.
The kid's immune system will be able to block anything when they're old.
If that's not America, I don't even know what is.
Ain't that America?
I love the fact that you want to go full Johnny Cougar there, you go right ahead.
It's an Indiana legend. He is our king. I'm looking at the umbrella here on the hot dog cart, and it's indoors. Why have the umbrella?
Because it's part of the whole look.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's how you knew. If you were walking down the streets of New York, like you were in the desert, just searching for sustenance, you would see that umbrella and you'd be like, is that a mirage? Is it real? And then you would get a smell and you'd be like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's my favorite dirty water hot dog. And like it was a cartoon of Tom and Jerry, it would just lead you right there.
No, it's a beautiful thing.
It's $350.
Oh.
What?
For this?
Yeah. $350.
Oh, man. I don't know. A kid's birthday party, they may just have to get a Transformer instead of a dirty water hot dog. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that's expensive, man.
It's expensive.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
The umbrella costs $75.
Without the umbrella, $12.
Take the wheels off, and that's where you really see the savings.
I do not know if you can find this for a better price somewhere else. All I can tell you is, very cool, very cool. I would get one of these, and I would have a party and just set it up. I'd be like, there it is, and they'd be like, oh, a little hot dog cart, and I'd be like, no, it belongs to me. It's a big hot dog cart.
You need to take this
exactly how I'd say it too. I would make it as creepy as humanly possible.
Thank you.
Just yes. Carl likes to be on the point right there.
Yeah.
Why leave anything to the imagination?
Good job, Carl.
And who told him he could have a sound machine? He just started doing that one day, Matt. I was minding my own business. I've got all the sounds, and all of a sudden, he's like, hey, I'm jumping in on Katz's racket.
Yeah.
And Muttley. Very odd.
It almost makes you want to say F these people.
By the way, when's the last time, Matt Bear, you had a hot dog? When's the last time you allowed yourself a hot dog?
It's been... No, actually, I did. Last summer at a White Sox game, I went up to Chicago and went to see the White Sox lose, and I got myself a dirty water hot dog from the ballpark. It was really
F
good.
these people.
Thank you.
Okay, we just want to know if you're human like the rest of us sometimes.
My week's complete now.
That's it. Matt Bear, you're a good man. I appreciate you. But we got to, by the way, that is the marketplace. You can find everything at WIBC.com. Brought to you by the Attorney General's office. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to find your money. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, Tony, West Side crash southbound 465 at I-73. Left lanes are closed. This causes a delay back to Washington Street. Stop to Sam Jones. And the delay right now, 13 minutes. Northbound 65 in the North Split crash on the flyover to westbound 70. That's caused a slowdown back to Emerson Avenue and a delay time right now of about 12 minutes. Inbound 69 crash on the exit to southbound 465 stop and go traffic back to 116th Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 on River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
47 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46. We're talking
Never
about
miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Would you like fries with that? Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Claim property is, right? It's not houses, it's not boats, cars, it's not the contents of storage facilities, and it's not a scam. It's not free money. It's your money, and the Attorney General's office wants to return it to their rightful owner. IndianaUnclaimed.gov, guys. It's very easy. The Attorney General in Indiana, the office is reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week, right? Someone didn't get a deposit back to you or something else took place, and when they don't know where to send the money, it just sits there with the Attorney General. Thus, you have IndianaUnclaimed.gov, your way to find out if you've got any money coming your way. I did get a $37 check, and some guy who produces the show may have gotten more. I'm not at liberty to divulge how much. My point is, it's your money, and it's waiting for you. And it could be unclaimed wages or commissions, savings or checking accounts you closed and forgot about, stock dividends, insurance proceeds. Find out. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 and find out what's waiting for you. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. That's IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
Kendall and Casey.
This is a bill that prohibits minors under 16 from using social media without parental permission.
This is an example of government trying to resolve a problem that they have no business being in, which is how you parent your kid. If you want your kid to be on social media, that's your right as a parent. You dictate that.
Kendall and Casey, weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaelis specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaelis help there?
Yes, Michaelis works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down. Get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here for Hope Plumbing. It's basketball season in Indiana, and while teams are making it drain on the court, Hope Plumbing is making it drain in your home with a $49 mainline snaking special. Now is the time to get your main lines checked before spring has sprung and it's too late. Don't wait. Call Hope Plumbing today at 641-HOPE, 641-HOPE, hopeplumbing.com, and let's make it drain.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text MONEY to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And while we engage in the politics where the left tells you how terrible Trump is and how he's a threat to democracy and how it's all awful and Ukraine and everything else, remember that every Senate Democrat, every single one voted to keep legislation from going through that would protect girls in sports. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Boys are not girls and girls are not boys. We know this. And boys should not be playing girl sports, and we know this. And America is down for this. And yet every Democrat in the Senate, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and Tina Smith and Tammy Duckworth, all of these kind, decent people all voted against protecting women. If this is the hill you want to die on, knock yourselves out. You guys are never going to win another election. Because you know what parents care about? They care about whether or not their daughter has to change with a boy in the locker room. And you know what they're not having at top of their list? Ukraine. Sorry, you could try and get Americans to switch that around, but that's not the way it's going to work. I'm not saying you can't think of two things at once. I'm saying that people rank things, and the safety of their daughter comes first. Not a Ukrainian daughter, their daughter. I'm not saying we shouldn't focus on Ukraine. I'm stating the facts. And Democrats don't believe in protecting women. Yet they sit here and they claim they're about women. They're not. They're liars. They're frauds. Not because I say so. Look at the vote. Not a single Democrat protecting girls in sports. Go on. Keep doing that. Best of luck to you in the midterms, which are not going to go well at all. So we're clear. Keep this up. You couldn't be more detached if you wanted to. If you wanted to be, you couldn't do it. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, taking a look at the North Split. We're backed up to Shadeland Avenue because of a crash in the North Split on the flyover to northbound 65. So this backup right now costing us 18 minutes from Shadeland Avenue into the North Split on westbound 70. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic 116th Street, 282nd. The crash to 465 on that exit ramp is cleared. Still slow for a 9-minute delay to travel that stretch. Looking at a crash, this is northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue up to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Applied Innovation has made a lot of IT directors happy with their managed print services offering. Listen to a few of them talk about Applied Innovation. Chris Pfeiffer, IT Director for Doran Mayhew.
So we were able to reduce the number of machines that we use, but increase their capacity. And then basically we cut our managed print services bill in half by doing that.
Applied Innovation customer Linda Philly Watson, Director of IT at LaSalle Bristol.
The devices are well managed, they're well maintained, well supported, and that's less time for me. More time for me to spend on other projects, on other priorities.
Applied Innovation customer Craig Gilliam, IT Director for Suncoast Skin Solutions.
I think it's just the simplicity of everything. They're quick, fast, and so if you need any help, they're on the spot.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Spring in Indy, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint, and the crew
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house, and all the pillars and everything. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
Visit Rhino Shield's booth at the Flower and Patio Show and learn about their 25-year transferable warranty protection. Plus, receive a free prize.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and if you don't want to paint the house, that would be the way to go.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
America respects our first responders and veterans, the brave whose business is taking action when calamity strikes. It's dangerous work, often surrounded by sirens, shouting, even gunfire, so hearing loss is probable. First responders can turn to Relay Indiana. If you have trouble hearing on the telephone, visit RelayIndiana.com for voice recognition technology phones that allow the hearing impaired to have normal phone conversations. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Get clarity back on the phone. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP $104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP $61,695. Offers going on now. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
It's time to throw your overpriced big wireless contract overboard. With a qualifying plan, you can choose an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for $0. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. No hassle, no gimmicks, just honest-to-goodness wireless price right. Dial pound 250, you say the keywords Pure Talk, claim your new iPhone or Galaxy with a qualifying purchase from Pure Talk, which is America's wireless company. Visit puretalk.com for details.
Coming up in 2 minutes, why there's a lot of cops in a Lawrence neighborhood, what you could expect from today's weather. John Herrick reports on a new executive order signed by Governor Mike Braun, and the Indiana Pacers close out a brief homestand. After Fox News from the Technology Recycler Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 8 o'clock.
No more for now. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The U.S. is putting military aid to Ukraine on hold. Days after President Trump's contentious meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, who says a deal to end Russia's war is far away.
I just think he should be more appreciative because this country has stuck with them through thick and thin.
The U.S. has provided Ukraine with billions of dollars in weapons and missiles and military equipment since Russia invaded. We'll hear from the president on that war tonight and much more. In an address to a joint session of Congress, the White House says his theme is the renewal of the American dream.
He's going to talk about his second-term accomplishments, the economy. Border security will get a high priority, as well as the president's peace plans. Several Democratic lawmakers say they plan to bring federal workers impacted by the DOJ layoffs. The Democratic response will be delivered, we are told, by Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan.
Fox's Kevin Corke. You can listen to live coverage of the Trump address beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern on FoxNewsRadio.com and get Fox coverage on your station. The president may also talk tariffs tonight after imposing new ones after midnight.
President Trump says Canada and Mexico have not done enough to stop the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. So long-promised tariffs of 25% on imports from those two countries hit today. The president also imposed additional 10% tariffs on all goods from China on top of tariffs previously put in place.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. China is retaliating, targeting American farm exports. Canada also responding with tariffs on more than $100 billion of American goods. And Mexico's threatened to retaliate, too, leading to fears of more inflation and higher consumer prices for Americans. Now to the Senate.
The yeas are 51, the nays are 45. The nomination is confirmed.
Approving Linda McMahon as Education Secretary, leading a department that President Trump wants to eliminate. He wants the states to deal with school policy instead, but Democrats oppose that, getting rid of that federal bureaucracy, saying it'll hurt programs for students like special education. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
When the rain will move in, it's 48 degrees in the capital city. The radar is clear for now. Your high is 60 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. expect thunderstorms and strong winds in the forecast today. Chad Swain at the National Weather Service Indianapolis breaks down the chances for severe weather.
We're not expecting any severe storms at this time, but any thunderstorm will be capable of producing brief heavy rain and wind gusts over 35 miles an hour.
And Swain says after today's rain, colder air moves in, bringing light snow chances for Wednesday into Thursday. A man was killed in a shooting early this morning in Lawrence. Police say they responded to a neighborhood not far from East 46 and North Post Road. The man died at the hospital. Police have detained a person for the killing. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett needs a new pick for Indianapolis Animal Care Services after his nominee hit a wall, and there was a vote last night.
And in a 21-4 vote, the councilors voted to table Kelly Diamond's appointment indefinitely. Members of the public screamed at councilors and were removed from the meeting, thinking it meant something else.
I would move to table proposal number 5 indefinitely.
This was met with hostility until protesters learned Mayor Joe Hogsett plans to remove Diamond from consideration for the role.
As a way to eliminate the bill, we tabled it indefinitely, so that way we will not be hearing it at all.
And that's Wish TV's Daniel Zawalski reporting. A new executive order signed Monday morning by Indiana Governor Mike Braun has to do with parental leave. John Herrick has a look at the bill.
The order provides 6 weeks of paid childbirth recovery leave for women who give birth and up to 8 weeks for those who deliver via C-section. It also includes paid leave for those who lose a baby in utero at 20 weeks or beyond. Braun says the goal of this executive order is to support strong families and improve the health and development of newborns by providing more time for parents to care for them. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Lots of basketball tonight. The Indiana Pacers play host to the Houston Rockets downtown at 7 o'clock. Purdue is at home in West Lafayette to take on Rutgers. Purdue is ranked 18th in the nation. IU is on the West Coast to play Oregon and looking for its 4th win in a row. If you watch Tuesday's address to a joint session of Congress, you might spot a Hoosier sheriff on the floor. Chris Davis has that story.
You might not readily know the name Randy Redder, but some illegal immigrants have been locked up because of him, says Congressman Jefferson Shreve, who announced Monday that Redder, the sheriff of Wayne County, will be his guest. Shreve considers Redder an outstanding law enforcement officer, partly because of his cooperation with ICE. Redder has a 35-year resume as a SWAT team leader, past president of the Indiana Sheriff's Association, and current board member of the National Sheriff's Association. Redder says he's honored to be there. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's up, Ryan? Looking at westbound 70 crash in the north split causing stop-and-go traffic back to Shadeland Avenue. It's a 13-minute delay. Inbound 69 stop-and-go traffic, 116th to 465 for a 19-minute delay. Northwest side crash, 86th Street east of Georgetown Road. That's at Commerce Park Place. Traffic sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What do we know?
Hey, good morning. Well, we're starting out with mild temps in the 50s. We'll look for mostly cloudy skies through much of the day today. A few scattered showers early on, but a better chance of some rain and thunderstorms later on this afternoon and evening. It's going to be breezy. Those winds may gust near 30 miles per hour with highs near 61. Some rain and thunderstorms possible later tonight, still pretty windy. And then heading into Wednesday, we'll look for some scattered showers. Still going to be a gusty day tomorrow. We'll see the temperatures fall throughout the afternoon, and that will change some of those rain showers over to some snow showers possible in the evening. Highs will be early in the day into the 50s and then fall into the 40s and 30s later in the afternoon. A sunny and cooler day on Thursday with highs near 42.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Tara, we appreciate it. 46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:07. got the State of the Union tonight. I'm assuming we're covering that right here at WIBC, right? Right. Well, I have to assume that we're covering it, that we'll have it, that it'll be all there at WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. What's happening? So State of the Union, and some Democrats are just like, we're not going to go. So, all right. You won't be missed. Right? Don't show up. Do whatever you want. And some of them are going to bring federal workers who have been fired, who have been laid off. Because federal workers, we support federal workers. There are signs going up all around the D.C. area. We support federal workers. Allow me. You want to push that as your argument, that we have to have bloat and waste and fraud so these people can have jobs? Go ahead, Democrats. Go tell America that you don't protect women in sports and you think that federal employees should be some kind of protected class. Go win an election. Go on. Go on now. Go win an election. We just want to see how this works out. We just want to see how many seats we can take. I'm not saying the political right does everything perfectly, but we got these two things figured out. Women are not men and men are not women, and you should protect women in sports, and that if there is fraud and abuse, you don't say, well, we have to keep it because no one who works for the federal government can ever lose their job. You weirdos. You're weird. Absolutely weird. And if these are the kinds of arguments Democrats want to make, this is in the Minnesota House. Do me a favor, finger on the dump button, producer Carl, just in case.
Make no mistake that this is just another version of state-sanctioned bullying and genocide. And
if you keep boys from playing girls' sports, it's state-sanctioned bullying and genocide. Okay. To this state rep, you know that you need help, right? You understand that you just called it genocide if you tell a 13-year-old boy they're not a girl. You called that genocide. You shouldn't be allowed to operate heavy machinery. You're out of your mind. That's crazy talk. And for on behalf of the world that has seen real genocides, you're too twisted to be in the public square. You disgusting, low-life wretch of a human being who can't simply say, I disagree. Genocide. Shut up. Tell the Armenians that and then get back to me. Genocide. These people on the left are insane on these subjects. These are the hills that they will die on. And why? Because they can't admit that they're wrong. And so when the Democratic Party says that we have to connect more with Americans where they are and where they live, they can't do it. They can't do it until they move these people, deranged and lost and possibly having their own mental issues, out of the party. You elevated them to these positions of power, and now you're amazed that they're all out of their heads, totally disconnected from where Americans are. This might work for the Hollywood set, but doesn't work for where people live and breathe, even in places like New York and California. So, best of luck to you on that. God, I'm going to look forward to beating you in midterms and in local elections everywhere. And by the way, some local elections, they're never going to change, right? The fact that you see pushback against Joe Hogsett, the mayor of Indianapolis, for his pick for animal care services, doesn't mean that these people will actually vote for a better mayor and maybe a different party and maybe an opportunity for a different result. If they did, well, that would just be lovely. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Stop putting screens on your gutters. If the holes are too big, debris gets in and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top and you're cleaning the screens. And those screens will need to be replaced. They just don't last. Pat Sullivan here. I have Gutter Helmet on my home and business, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. And this is a great time of year to call Gutter Helmet of Central Indiana, because right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 15% discount plus 12 months no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 15% off cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET or go to gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt Bear?
Northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from the north split up to Meridian Penn because of an earlier crash. Inbound 69 stop-and-go traffic 116th Street to 465 because of an earlier crash. That's a 13-minute delay. East side westbound 70 still drags into the north split from Shadeland Avenue past Rural Street, Keystone Avenue for a 15-minute delay. Inbound 65 dragging a bit from 38th Street, Kessler down to 21st. Crash on the north side, 86th Street east of Georgetown Road. Traffic sponsored by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Sign up at truegreen.com. That's TRUgreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
A tradition of excellence over 150 years in the making. At Busey Bank, we're committed to building relationships that span generations. Wherever your journey in life leads you, we are with you along the way, creating a legacy for you and your family. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
to fight this attempt to destroy democracy. Our democracy might be gone in 6 months.
No, not trying to spread any fear whatsoever. Just playing this game is the senator from Connecticut that our democracy might be over in 6 months. Also, we have 6 months before the temperatures get too hot and the seas rise and we all drown and there won't be any more coastal cities. They told me that. Hold on, I gotta look at my watch. 30 years ago. Just 6 months. And when they're not doing that, of course, they're letting you know that Elon Musk should go back where he came from.
Elon Musk, and what the hell are you doing here in America? Go back to South Africa.
Always good. Always good when you're telling people they should go back to Africa. That is special. That is something else. That, by the way, is Nydia Velasquez. She is a congresswoman. Just go back where you came from. Honestly, Democrats, you couldn't sound more insane. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. All of these things that you tell us about how you're good and decent and just and all and this is how you act. You still want us to believe that it's the end of the world and as we know it, and you're not so fine. It's not. Trump's not a threat to democracy. That's not the way it works. Trying to keep people from speaking about COVID vaccines, threat to democracy. Elon Musk should go back to where he came from? Dear Lord, Representative Velasquez. I know some people who march in Charlottesville who would like to invite you to a meeting. Good. What? How does one even possibly make this up? Absolutely surreal. And this is happening all the time now. Elon Musk should go back where it is special. It is special. Now, I will tell you that with Trump putting a pause on the aid to Ukraine, I think that's the wrong move. I don't want this. And the pause is temporary. It's to get him to sign a peace deal. It's a lot of pressure that you're putting on him. And I think that it is acceptable to say, now, what is the pressure you're putting on Russia? What is the plan there? It's a legitimate question. And I will say it again. Anybody who thinks that Russia is not an aggressor is, I think, nuts. Of course they are. That is not engaged in hyperbole. Show me the data where they're not. Because I can show you the historical of where they are. But the meeting was a disaster. I put the blame mostly on Zelensky. I don't think Vance handled it well. Oddly enough, the only guy who I'm not bothered by is Trump, because this is exactly what I would have expected. In the Oval Office, someone lecturing to you, you haven't dealt with Putin yet, but you'll see. Sorry, that you have no idea how that hits to the ear of a guy like Trump, a guy who has dealt in New York his whole life. Man, these are people who are amped up. I know these people. I am these people. I've recovered pretty well, but still, it hits so ugly. It hits like you don't get to punch a guy in the Oval like that. He's going to punch back. Any president worth their salt is going to punch back. Trump is the only person in this whole meeting who I understand the response, and the vast majority of people thought the response in the main was solid. A little overboard here, a little overboard there. Sorry, I don't know what Zelensky was thinking. I still don't. He must have thought he can get a better deal and a better leverage somewhere else. He must have thought it. And it's also possible that Zelensky is just dumb. Brave, I'll give him that, but dumb. Doesn't understand that Trump has a different interest than he does. And for the record, we already know that Biden yelled at Zelensky. You could be a little more appreciative. You can stop being so difficult. And so I go back to this Mark Thiessen piece. Zelensky must mend the breach with Trump or resign. I don't know what the mending is. I think that we're now going to see whether or not the Ukrainians want him to resign so we can get to a deal. Now, by the way, it's a deal regarding a ceasefire. I have no idea how long it's going to last. I don't know how long it's going to work. I have absolutely no faith in Vladimir Putin. I think people who do are awkward people. Very, very, very awkward people. Trump is a transactional cat. And what he's saying is, I said I'd bring this thing to a close. I'm trying to bring this thing to a close. I'm going to exert pressure to bring this thing to a close. But even if there's a ceasefire, it's not closed. It's not closed. This is Zelensky's point. What are the actual guarantees? Well, you want troops on the ground, and that's not happening. So there are no guarantees. Welcome to the real world. There are no guarantees. Guys, I host a couple of radio shows. No guarantee I'm going to do it tomorrow. None. No guarantee. There are no guarantees. Now, you could argue that the United States wants to keep Russia at bay, wants to keep Russia on their toes, and so therefore we should be more involved. Well, that's a foreign policy conversation for sure. For sure. Trump is not a believer in that. He got elected. So argue the foreign policy. But this agent of Russia, asset of Russia, everything Zelensky does is gold, is just a dopey thing to say. Truly is. And I think, I should say, I wonder whether the Ukrainian people are going to feel that way. But I would not be pausing the aid. The Ukrainian people did nothing wrong. Zelensky may have. The Ukrainian people are just trying to survive. That's what they want to do. Survive. I don't think that you punish them. As a matter of being a tool to try and engage pressure to get Zelensky to come back or resign, I think there are other tools. And I think that this one may be all about the Trump faithful. I just don't think it's a good move. Really and truly don't. A good move is removing this guy in New York from the FBI, Agent Dennehy. This was the agent who said he was going to fight everything Trump was doing and wasn't going to share this data and wasn't going to share that information, urging employees to dig in. That's the actual quote, dig in, after Trump removed senior FBI leaders, requesting the agents who worked on the January 6 cases. He wrote, late Friday, I was informed that I needed to put my retirement papers in, which I just did. I was not given a reason for this decision. Resign or be fired. He was eligible for retirement and has officially retired. You're not in charge of the FBI. Decisions were made. Elections were held. And you wanted to dig in. Now you're not there. I don't know why this is surprising to people. And the idea that we can't look at how things were done regarding January 6th would be very awkward to me. Shouldn't you want to take a look in whether or not some of these cases that were brought were problematic? It's not like the FBI hasn't had problematic things before. Checking, rechecking. People still don't understand that there are people well within the FBI who have acted in a very despicable, fraudulent way. And so investigations are necessary, just like in every other place in D.C. And closing a couple of bureaus here and closing a couple of departments there and closing a couple of offices there. I'm down with this. Do we really need everything that we have? Does the institution serve the people or the institution? That's always the question. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, crash 86th Street east of Georgetown Road. Crash on the northeast side, Emerson Avenue. At Ladywood Drive, that's where Emerson Avenue becomes Emerson Way. So they're on the northeast side. Inbound 70 from the east side, stop and go traffic, Shadeland Avenue to Emerson, then slow into the north split for an 8-minute delay. The crash is cleared. Inbound 69, stop and go, 116th Street to 465 for a 16-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey guys, this is Rob. Join us Tuesday. Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith will be with us. We'll get the latest on our big rally coming up March 17th at the State House. We'll see you 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
My brother never checks on dad. Or, my sister won't make time to take mom to the doctor. Are these things you've heard yourself say? This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I have a caregiving tip for you. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Expressing anger or resentment toward unsupportive siblings can cause unmendable rifts in relationships. Don't try to control everyone else. You can only control yourself. The success of your caregiving journey does not rest on others. So enjoy the time with your loved one. This is your special time with them. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Rain and wind. It's 49 degrees on Monument Circle with the clear radar at the moment. Your high today, 60. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Rain will move into Indiana this afternoon and be accompanied by strong wind gusts, says Chad Swain, a forecaster at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
Yeah, we are going to stay breezy or windy all the way through Wednesday night. The strongest winds look to come in later this evening and continue overnight into Wednesday.
And Swain says a wintry mix is possible Wednesday into Thursday, which could create some tough travel conditions. The White House is pausing all military aid to Ukraine after last week's falling out with President Zelensky and President Trump. Here's Fox's Madeline Rivera.
A senior Trump administration official says this is in response to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's conduct last week, culminating in that spat with the president at the Oval Office on Friday. This U.S. official says the aid will be held back until the Ukrainians demonstrate a commitment to good faith peace negotiations, adding the president is focused on peace.
And President Trump said he did not appreciate Zelensky's comments to the Associated Press on Monday, saying that the war would continue for a long time. Why is Wayne County Sheriff going to the address to a joint session of Congress tonight? Here's Chris Davis.
Members of Congress get the privilege of inviting people to be their guest as the president gives the address. Sheriff Randy Rutter was announced as the guest of East Central Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve Monday, partly because of his close partnership with ICE. That partnership is credited with taking drug dealers, some of whom were illegal immigrants, off the streets in Wayne County. Rutter says he's honored to be Shreve's guest. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Bank deregulation is fueling economic growth, says Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent.
Thus far, one of the biggest wins for the American people is since Election Day and since inauguration, mortgage rates have come down dramatically, both the level of the 10-year bond and the spread between the 10-year and mortgage rates.
And Bessent speaking to Fox News, the White House says the theme for this regeneration is renewing the American dream. The man known as the truck stop serial killer was sentenced for killing a woman from Indianapolis nearly 20 years ago. Here's Harrison Silcox.
Bruce Mendenhall is currently serving 2 life sentences for killing 2 people in Tennessee, and he was sentenced to another 65 years Monday for killing a woman at a truck stop near Indianapolis in 2007. Karma Papura's body was found in Kentucky 4 years after she disappeared from Indianapolis. A Tennessee police officer who pulled over Mendenhall's truck found a blood-stained trailer and a bag of clothes. DNA provided by Papura's family matched the blood found inside the truck. Mendenhall has denied the whole thing. Harrison Silcox, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Dolly Parton says her longtime husband of 60 years, Carl Dean, has died at the age of 82. Parton made the announcement on Instagram saying that the two had spent many wonderful years together and that words cannot do justice to the love that they shared. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers are back at home tonight against the Houston Rockets after Aaron Nesmith's big game against the Bulls on Sunday. His teammate Tyrese Halliburton says he sees Nesmith's growth.
He's just prepared. I think sometimes when you're hurt, it can be a blessing in disguise because you can just see the game differently and see where you can impact the game a little differently. It's been really good to have him back. He's a big part of what we do.
And Nesmith was out for a couple of months with an ankle injury. Tonight's game starts at 7. College basketball, 18th ranked Purdue is at home against Rutgers with a 7 o'clock tip-off. IU is on a 3-game winning streak, and they're also on a West Coast road trip, and they play Oregon tonight.
Oregon team is a tough team, man. They play extremely hard, and we got to go in with our A game and see where it leads us.
That's head coach Mike Woodson. Listen to the game. Coverage starts right here on 93 WIBC beginning at 8. I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
East side crash northbound 465 before Penn Pike. That's a crash blocking the right lane and causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. Inbound 69 stop and go right now around 126th Street in Fishers. And then we grind down again before 106 down to 82nd. Westbound 70 stopped through the north split on the flyover to northbound 65. There was a crash there earlier, and it cleared. We are keeping an eye on the north split for this new delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 49 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 today.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Don't stress about plumbing repairs. Call L.D. Smith for honest advice and a free second opinion on any estimate.
L.D. Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz. 93 WIBC. Good morning. What are you doing? Dow futures down 143. NASDAQ futures down 186. Guys, the tariffs went into effect. 25% on China. I'm sorry, 25% on Canada. 10% just on the energy from Canada. 25% on Mexico. Everything's going to cost more. What? Stop saying no. Just accept that prices will go up. That's all. Facts are facts. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I don't remember if I said hello. Then you've got oil prices, $67.52 on the West Texas crude. That was at $70 a barrel just yesterday. $70.54 on the Brent crude. Down $1 a barrel from where it was just yesterday. I have not gassed up in a while. Are we seeing it at the pumps here? I don't know what the average gas price is right now. It's eluding me. But just as a question, if you're filling up, do you feel the prices have come down? Because the barrel prices certainly are trending that way. The 10-year Treasury, 4.127. This could create an opportunity for home sales if this is to hold. And if we start seeing a 10-year Treasury under 4%, then you might have some movement. Now, I actually believe that interest rates have to be between 4 and 5 to get Americans to feel like, okay, this is as good as we're going to do. This is the new normal. Boom. 5% are still high. But you'll start getting people who really need houses who will absolutely be happy to buy in the low 6s and will be ecstatic to buy in the high 5s. Absolutely ecstatic to do so. And then there was, as I was mentioning, the tariffs, State of the Union tonight. Now, actually, it's a joint address. It's not actually referred to as the State of the Union, but neither here nor there. That is tonight. So it starts at 8. Is that it? Is because I will be watching, and snacks will be provided. Somebody asked if I was going to have would it be too late to put together a party, a view party? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I already have enough people locally, my people who are like, so we watching this thing tonight? Is this thing happening tonight? Yeah, I'm watching this thing tonight. Absolutely true. I will watch it all, so you do not have to. What will Trump address? I believe that Ukraine, of course, will come up. I believe that the economy will come up. I believe that the border will come up. These are the greatest hit subjects. Do I believe that Democrats are going to stand there and yell and scream and try and disrupt? Not really. I can't imagine outside of some, back and forth, that's going to be a good move for them. I can't imagine that they feel that there's a win that comes out of that. What I would state is that they're going to engage in their pseudo-intellectual protest. They'll wear all white, or they'll say, we stand for trans people. They stand for erasing women. And then they're going to bring with them these people who have been let go of their jobs because of DOGE and cutting waste and unnecessary employment in the federal government and saving the taxpayers billions of dollars, they'll say, federal workers deserve our protection. But if your business gets burned down because of rioters, that's on you, sucker. I mean, that's going to be their argument. That's going to be their argument. So I would expect all of those kinds of things. I don't expect anybody really to be loud in their disagreements with President Trump. I just don't see that coming. I don't think that's what they want. But then again, if your whole life is about, look what kind of disruptor I am, I stand up to power, well, then everything's possible. Economy, trying to defend the tariffs, which this tariff nonsense is it's nonsense. The tariffs on Canada and Mexico don't help us. They're not doing enough on fentanyl. Other ways to engage the pressure. This is just not it. You gave them 30 days. You got movement. Why not continue the movement? You went right to this. You wanted to go to this. You wanted to prove you could do it. It's not a good idea. It's not. That's all. Deals could have come without it. And everything will cost more for us. That's all. Not angry. Just factual. Well, when I have to pay more, I'll be pretty angry. But the State of the Union tonight, we'll be covering it on WIBC, and I'll have the full breakdown in the morning. I just expect a kind of stump speech, greatest hits kind of thing. I don't see where he's going to go off that script. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
In purgatory, tortured souls lie trapped somewhere between heaven and you know where. This is where we find ourselves, trapped somewhere between winter and spring, tortured by strange weather patterns.
As the weather worsens,
cold, snow, and ice.
These temperatures,
then thaw, rain, and flood. Let us be your guide through all stages of
spring,
winter, your severe winter,
spring,
and spring weather station, 93 WIBC.
You need a peace of mind in your financing. You need a fiduciary investing your money, acting in your best interest only. That's Trajan Wealth. Matt Baer here. Hi. Starting from a foundation of mutual respect and understanding, Trajan Wealth will dedicate the time to you, listen to your goals, and work with you on the options. Call today. Set up a consultation. The first one is free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth incorporates Hoosier values into their financial planning, like respect and accountability. Their fiduciary advisors get to know you, the person, then customize a portfolio toward your goals and timelines. They work with you as a team in optimizing your investments. Call the financial experts at Trajan Wealth, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Steve Martin and Martin Short, Saturday, October 25th at Old National Center.
More info online at WIBC.com.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What do we know?
Fisher, southbound 69 after 126th Street. I see a semi broken down on the right shoulder. And the right lane is currently blocked. Traffic stop and go back to Brook School Road. Southbound 69 then continues to be slow from 116th Street to 465 for a 6-minute delay. Westbound 70 slow roll from Shadeland Avenue into the North Split. Then we grind over the flyover ramp to Meridian Street Penn. Crash north side 86th Street east of Georgetown Road. Crash on the northeast side Emerson Avenue at Ladywood Drive. That's where Emerson Avenue turns into Emerson Way. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 and River Road at North at Shadeland or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
50 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. When your garage floor has stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your whole garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job looks even worse. Look, Spring will be here on March 20th. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio and installation this spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Guaranteed. A Comer & Cross concrete floor coating won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In one day, we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross concrete floor in 6 stages, just in time for spring. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio and installation by spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Early to bed. And in between,
thank you, producer Carl. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Here's how we play. Producer Carl there will pick a television theme song, and I have to guess what it is. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Now, stop the song. Stop the TV theme song. I said stop it. There it is. Let's start it over, because any chance you have to hear Linda Lavin at her absolute best, you should. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme from Alice. Turn this up.
Going through life with blinders on, it's tough to see. I had to get out from under and look for me. There's a new girl in town and she's looking good. There's a fresh
So good. They don't do theme songs like this anymore. Nothing like it. Right? And Flo and Kiss My Grits and Mel's Diner. Yeah. Redeeming myself right there with a little bit of Alice. Good stuff. Thank you, producer Carl. I appreciate that quite a bit. Well done. Well played. We will, of course, be watching the State of the Union, which actually isn't the State of the Union. I will be watching that. I will bring you a full breakdown of that in the morning. Steve Martin and Martin Short are coming to town. They're like, listen, we're the only two people we can actually be around. Let's go make a lot of money together. They're coming to Old National Center with the Dukes of Funnytown. That's what they call themselves right there. So they will be in town. This is October 25th. Very, very cool. They've been doing a lot of live shows, a lot of performing together. Of course, Only Murders in the Building. Very glad that they're coming to Indy. I would love to get the interview. I don't know if I will, but it's Steve Martin. So if I want to get Steve Martin, we need to do a tour of a private art collection and have a couple bottles of rare wine at the ready. If I want to do an interview with Martin Short, I have to tickle him. I assume that's how it works with the two gentlemen, and which means I'm not getting an interview with Martin Short because I don't tickle grown men. That's just weird. That might be for you. You might be like, no, Tony, it's exciting. Who am I? Who am I to judge? Not for me. Conversation got weird. Can I just say that for the record? Got a little weird. Got a little off base there. is what happened. But I'm glad they're coming. I am glad they're coming in October. I'm glad they're not coming in April, because then they'd have to compete with me. And Trump and American Reset in 3 Bourbons, Kokomo, Indiana. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. That's where you go. Trump and American Reset in 3 Bourbons. Looking at the first 100 days, how it compares to other first 100 days. The good, the bad, the madness, the lefty reaction, all of it. And we've got a bourbon flight. We've got food. We've got cigars. Everything. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Sponsorships are available. You can still get the VIP if you email me, Tony@TonyKatz.com. Man, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be such a good event. April 17th, tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets now while you can, before it's too late, people. Before it's too late, tickets.TonyKatz.com. And we will get more into Trump putting a pause on the aid to Ukraine, which I disagree with. Also disagreeing, California. Well, disagreeing with California is par for the course these days. This was introduced to the Assembly in February of 2025. And this is an act to amend Section 197 of the Penal Code. And you're like, all right, what has California done now? This is AB 1333. Existing law defines homicide as the unlawful killing of a human being or a fetus with or without malice aforethought, as specified. Existing law establishes certain circumstances in which homicide is justifiable, as specified. So, for example, we know what homicide is, and there's a moment, like, for example, someone breaks into your home, you're allowed to defend your home and the people in it and your property. This bill, put forward by the Democrats, would eliminate certain circumstances under which homicide is justifiable, including, among others, in defense of a habitation or property. The bill would additionally clarify circumstances in which homicide is not justifiable, including, among others, when a person uses more force than necessary to defend against a danger. Democrats don't want you to be able to protect your home or your family. If someone breaks into your home, you should ask them why they're there and see if they need a cookie and maybe some hot tea. You can't actually defend yourself. They want to create victims. I have never been more happy that I moved out of California. Never. And I've been pretty happy. I'll catch you guys at noon for Tony Katz Today. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, looking at southbound 69 at 126th Street. That is a broken down semi helping block the right lane and stop and go traffic to Brook School Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 Cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.gov. I'm Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
If you built a house, you'd start with a strong foundation, right? Now, if you want to build a financial game plan for retirement, you'd